Hello there everybody and welcome to my new Let's Play, which is going to be South Park, The Stick of Truth. Now, this is technically the fourth installment in any of the South Park franchise of games, but I see this as kind of like the new era of South Park, kind of like with what I'm doing with Ninja Gaiden, where we have the originals and we have the more modern take on Ninja Gaiden. Now, I want to say something real quick. This is the third time that I've actually recorded this. During these 2 weeks I've been trying to record this. The first time it fucked up massively. The second time it fucked up again. My capture card was just screwing up completely. And the third time, well, yeah, it did. Well, this is the third time now. But I updated my capture card slightly, not to the newest version, but a more apparently superior version. So I'm trying to make sure everything's good to go here. These videos will probably be like 25 to 30 minutes long, and this game, if I didn't put in a disclaimer already, this game is highly offensive and has a lot of just South Park humor. So if you're not a fan of South Park already, you're probably not going to be a fan of this. So I'm just going to let you know now that whatever they say, I will probably also say, and I will also probably make references to South Park as well, but my channel's already filled with being offensive anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just letting people know, because nowadays that's the kind of thing you have to kind of do apparently. But without me blabbing on for too long, let's get straight into South Park, shall we?
Deep in the lands of Zaron, the humans of Koopa Keep struggle to stay alive as they are attacked by the wicked drow elves of Larnia. Darkness falls as the humans beg their king to save them, a noble king known only as the Grand Wizard. For 1,000 years the battle has been waged, with only the bravery of the Grand Wizard to protect his human followers. But even though the Wizard King is so undeniably cool, the drow elf armies continue their attacks. They seek the humans' most treasured relic, the Stick of Truth. But the tides of war are soon to change, as news of a new kid spreads throughout the land. In order to save the humans, the Grand Wizard must get to the new kid before the drow elves can manipulate his mind and use him to take the sacred relic from human hands. For whomever controls the stick controls the universe.
Okay, so starting off, we actually have character customization. And our first little customization item we get is, of course, our skin tone. We can go from just a basic, looks like a pale white, which is what I'm going to go with because that's what I look like. We have black, we have sort of looking, kind of, almost Mexican looking. We have another kind of white-ish, but more tan. More darker than the normal white. And of course we have spray tan way Jersey, which I keep thinking it's called New Jersey, but why the fuck did they have that? I don't even know. But then again, like I said, it's South Park, so my character's going to look pretty basic. I'm probably just going to go with the same hair I've been going with for the past few times I've done this, if I can actually even find the damn thing. There it is. I kind of like this hair. Like, my hair is pretty short, but this one's a little bit longer than my natural hair, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with the basic jacket. I'm going to show off, like, pretty much what almost everything looks like, so you guys can have a little bit of a detail to see. This is just starting off clothes. We do actually end up getting different gear later on through the game. But since this game is basically just LARPing, that gear turns into not just cosmetic effect, but also being kind of more usable in battle and such. And yeah, this is your kind of sort of run-of-the-mill RPG, basically kind of like Paper Mario, if anything. But yeah, you can see like there's different styles here. We got like a scar, we got a scar on the eye. That actually looks pretty badass. Of course, we have the prison tier thing. I'm not going to go with that. I'm just going to go with the basic face. We have, of course, glasses, so if you wear glasses like this, then by all means, you can change the colors, and there's quite a lot of different customization, but there's not, like, too much, exactly, which is what I like, personally. So we're going to go with this, I guess. This looks like a good look for me.
Well, I think that's everything.
We did it, hun. We're really moved in.
It's a new beginning for us. Things are finally going to be good.
Do you really think it will be better for him?
They won't look for him here. We just need to make sure he doesn't attract any attention. Come on, let's see how he's doing.
Sweetie? Hun, you all dressed?
Hey, champ. How do you like your new room? I know it's a big change for all of us, but, son, do you remember why we moved to this quiet little mountain town? He doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember at all.
That's good he doesn't remember.
Sweetie, we want you to have lots of fun here. Why don't you go out and make some friends?
Right, get outside and play, son. Like normal kids.
We've got some money for you on the kitchen counter, sweetie. Just be back before it gets dark.
Yeah, we love you too.
So, just a little fun fact, depending on what skin color you pick, will actually change the skin color of your parents, which makes a lot of sense, but that's just one way to show that you're pretty much not adopted. Now, South Park generally takes the role of making fun. It's basically just complete satire. It makes fun of, well, the show, it makes fun of just everything in general. There's no strings attached at all. They just make fun of exactly whatever the fuck they feel like making fun of. Which the newest episode, the season finale of 20, was pretty fucking funny. Especially when they looked at Ike's history. I don't really want to spoil it, so if you don't want to listen, just go ahead and kind of turn off the volume or skip ahead a bit. Or whatever. But basically, it's just like one joke. Like, Ike looked up Chin Pokemon Alolan region, and that was, or the new Alolan forms, and it was fucking hilarious. When somebody screenshotted it and I saw that, I was like, oh my god, they actually did that. But it's funny because like South Park lives in its own little world, but it also kind of lives out in this particular world too, which is funny. And they're always making fun of celebrities and such. Of course, it's got a little bit more political kind of satire in the recent new seasons, but for the most part, it's always been kind of just making fun of just whatever the fuck they feel like making fun of. And this game is no exception. They will make fun of celebrities, yes. But since this is a game, it knows that it's a game, and it will make fun of other games. Now, the thing is, there is a overlaying plot going on here. Like, why are we not talking? Why have we come here? Like, why don't we remember? And I will say this. It's South Park. It's going to be extremely fucking retarded why we've come here and who exactly we are. They're going to lay it down pretty hard. They're going to let you know, alright? So, I'm going to see you guys after this next little bit, if there is even a cutscene going to come up next. There might be, there might not be. Oh, never mind. No, I know there's going to be a cutscene that will come up pretty soon once I do something, so I'm going to leave my commentary out for that. But yeah, like I said, since it's South Park, they're going to make fun of every single thing they possibly can get away with. And the new game looks fucking funny as shit, too. Now, I guess I can go ahead and show this off now. Basically, this is our kind of social network. This is basically Facebook in this game. And I like how in the next one, it's like, what was it? It's Instagram, but they call it Coonstagram. That I think is hilarious. So we have our quests. Of course, we can see all the ones we completed, which I don't get why games have that, but they do. You can see what kind of quest you got. Our parents want us to go out and make some friends. So that's, of course, the new first quest we get. You have a map, which you can see. You also have treasure locations. So if you want to see, like, what kind of treasure you need to pick up there, you can always see and kind of take a look to see, hey, wait a minute, I should go back there and go get that, which I think is kind of really nice. Like, areas that you've been to will show you treasure, but there's a lot to this map, though, to be honest. I will try to 100% this game the best I can, to the best of my ability. I do know where most of everything's at, and I know exactly the mandatory stuff. Yes, there is mandatory stuff. So we're going to be careful on that. We also have our inventory screen, which I guess I can show this off now. We don't have any gear, and we don't have any weapons, but we do actually have some items, some consumables. Cheesy Poos restore 40% of your HP. Throw this turret at your enemies to gross amount. That will come into play later. That's a status effect. This battered baseball card shows a third string picture of the South Park cows. This fork could poke an eye out. An old sponge, a paradise for microbes, and a rusty pipe. You were due for your tetanus booster anyway. We have pigtail wigs, and of course we have... Yeah, you also get to change your hair too, which is pretty cool. Girls wig with twin pigtails, laid back hair for laid back lifestyle. We have no glass, we have eye black. Despite claims otherwise, serves no purpose other than to look tough. Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and see what's going on over on the right side. There's a Chin Pokemon up there, but we can't do anything about that yet. But I will get into explaining that stuff once we get to the point where we actually can get some Chin Pokemon. Sorry if I stutter a lot. That's just... Oh, God. Alright, so let's go help Butters real quick.
No fair, that's cheating. I'm gonna tell my mom.
Thanks, kid. I didn't realize he had a health potion. My name is Butters the Merciful. I'm a paladin. I live right next door to you. We should be friends.
Another cool little thing about this game is when you make friends, they actually go into your Facebook and they will chat and message you and stuff like that. And not like too much, but they will. You just made your first friend in South Park. Messages from your friends will show up here on your homepage. To see all the friends you've made, use L2 or R2 to move them through the collectibles tab. There is a total of 150 friends that you can make. That, I think, is the maximum amount that you can have. Which, of course, you know, the maximum just being, like, everything collected. They don't exactly do every possible South Park joke they've done before. But they definitely do a lot of South Park jokes in this. Yeah, we don't have the keys yet, so let's go ahead and go to Cartman's house.
All hail the Grand Wizard!
So, you are the new kid. Your coming was foretold by Coldwell Banker. I am the Wizard King. But the time for talk is not now. Let me show you my kingdom.
Alright, so now let's go ahead and take off real quick. Thing is, like, even though I've played this game like 3 times now, it's still kind of funny how I'm not getting tired of it. This game's a fun fucking game, though. No, I'm not. She's not part of the game. Thing is, we can't break anything yet because we don't have a weapon, but we will get one really, really soon. In this next part, we're going to learn exactly how to combat enemies and, of course, buy gear and all sorts of stuff.
Welcome to the kingdom of Koopa Keep. Our weapon shop here is tended by Clyde, a level 14 warrior. Here you can see our massive stables, overseen by the level 9 ranger, Scott Malkinson, who has the power of diabetes. And here, of course, is the breathtaking and lovely Princess Kenny, the fairest maiden in all the kingdom. Don't ask why Kenny wanted to be a chick, it's just how he seems to be rolling right now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look around real quick. We have the Rock of Insanity. Let's see what Cartman's got to say about this. Alright, it says be careful. Of course. Now we're insane now because we touched it. I don't get the reason for that. It's like, okay, you gaze at the Rock of Insanity once. If you gaze at it again, you will go back to normal pretty much. So, first things first, go ahead and talk to Scott Malkinson and make sure that you talk to Clyde. That way you get both friend requests, because I think that's the only time you can talk to Clyde in this entire game. Well, get his friend, I should say, not talk to him necessarily, without spoiling, you know, exactly too much into the story. But, yeah, and things will come into play later, and just right now you basically have to add both Scott and Clyde. But I don't know if like Scott can be added later or not, because I know Clyde's the only one that can be added, so he's pretty much mandatory right now. Not mandatory, but you should probably just go and get him. Now, if we talk to Kenny first thing, he's going to give us a little side quest, which is flower for a princess, of course. So let's go grab this flower real quick, this little daffodil, and go give it back to Kenny, and there we go. Now he should be our friend, which I think he does friend you later. So we already have Butters, and we already have Kenny, Clyde, or yeah, I think that's Clyde, right? Yeah, that's Clyde. And Scott. Funny thing about, I always get Clyde and Craig mixed up because they kind of intentionally do it. They actually have the same voice. They make a joke about that later on in one of the seasons. It's pretty fucking funny.
Kid, because humans everywhere are in great danger. I need something from you, and in return, I am prepared to allow you into my kingdom. I know you are very excited. It's time for your first quest, but first, please tell us thy name. You entered douchebag, is that correct? Are you sure you want to keep the name douchebag? Very well, douchebag. You will now choose a class: fighter, mage, thief, or Jew.
Okay, so basically this is where we get to choose our new kind of class. And we have a fighter, mage, thief, and a Jew. Fighter is your pretty much overall attack only kind of character, which is what I'm going to be going with. Mage, of course, deals with like magic and stuff like that, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter in this game. Like, you know, whatever class you pick doesn't really matter. Each class does come with different abilities and different perks and like abilities that you get later on when you level up. So that's definitely something that's really, really interesting about this game. Your thief is kind of hard to explain. He's not necessarily quick, but he definitely has some... He's got more stun moves. He's got bleeding effects. He's got these different kind of variations of different damages. And the Jew is basically just complete debuff, where basically the Jew class is the most OP class in the game, because debuffs in this game are fucking ridiculous, if you get them to stack, that is. That will come into play later when we start talking about that, when they start talking about that. So I'm going to let Cartman explain every single one in his own little way, and then I'll pick the fighter, and then we'll continue on from there.
A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool. You look sneaky enough to be a thief. Jew, huh? So I guess we'll never really be friends. A white thief? Never heard of one, but interesting. Jew, huh? So you look sneaky. A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool. A fighter has courage, honor, and the ability to kick fucking ass. A mage is like a white fighter? Haven't seen a good one of those in a while. We welcome to our kingdom, Douchebag the Fighter.
Hooray!
Now please, go and visit the weapon shop. Procure yourself a weapon and we shall teach you to fight.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to Clyde real quick to see what kind of weapons we can get, what kind of wares. Yeah, sure, I'd like to hear your tips and rumors for $2. Oh, well, that's one fuck of a tip, I guess you could say. So there goes $2. That's a funny little thing, doesn't really matter. So, here's our weapons. Of course, the cool thing is you can actually preview what your weapons will look like. If we would have went mage, we would have got this. This is for the thief, and this is for the Jew. Now, these are basic wooden weapons right now. They're very, very basic. But later on during the game, you will get just tons of like actual legit weapons, and they will hurt. Now, usually every weapon comes with like its own specific ability. Like this one, for example, Armor Strike. Weapon damage increases by twice your armor value. And of course, you can see the damage output. You can see that's better than what we have now. This is a wooden sword befitting a level 1 noob. This is a twig. A wooden dagger fit for stabbing your enemies, preferably in the back, and guide and defend the faithful with this wooden shepherd's crook. So let's go ahead and get the warrior's blade real quick, because that's all we have to get. Can't buy equipment because they won't let you, so let's go ahead and equip that real fast. Now, since we have this, we also actually have new armor pieces. This is the Fighter's Helm of Insight. Learn the ways of the warrior and let this helm guide you down the path of problem solving through violence. It adds 1 armor, reducing enemies' attacks, and 25% more weapon damage on stunned targets. Fuck yeah. A sturdy jacket bought on sale at the outlet mall. 10% ability damage after a perfect attack. Adds 2 armor, reducing enemies' attack. And of course we have perfectly fitted so you can quickly take names after you're done kicking ass. We get 1 armor, and of course perfect attack reduces shields by 1. So yeah. That's going to come into play later. That's something different. That's for later. That's pretty soon. They'll explain armor and shielding and stuff in just a few minutes. And here we go. We have the evil Cartman goatee, which is nothing scarier than Cartman being helpful. That's pretty fucking funny though. That's actually one of my personal favorite episodes as well. Is they had this spooky vision, which I don't remember exactly who was on the vision, but they had it throughout the entire episode. It was fucking hilarious. And we have the Okama Game Sphere, featuring the latest graphics and the most violent games from 2001. Now, junk is only there just to subside as stuff you can sell. That's it.
Right. I want you to take your new weapon and, with the bravery of a noble knight, beat up Clyde. What? Kick Clyde's ass, new kid. What'd I do? I'm the king, Clyde, and the king wishes to be amused. Go on, new kid, kick his ass.
Alright, so now we get to learn basically how to fight. Which again, like I said, is kind of like how Paper Mario plays out, where it's more interactable instead of just being kind of extremely strict. Kind of like, you know, the old-fashioned RPGs, which is something that I definitely like. So, Clyde's blocking. Now, we need to go ahead and attack him real quick. Which, blocking really doesn't really do anything. I think he's just blocking just for his own sake. Alright, so he's wearing armor. So now we really need to fucking hurt him. So we really need to waylaced into him. armor only affects kind of, it's only defense. That's about it. It shows you how much defense the character actually has. How much, you know, it's... Defense and attack has always been kind of hard for me to explain in like RPGs because like it's just like you attack or you get hurt. It's one or the other. Like the higher your defense, you know, the less damage somebody can do, but I don't exactly know every stat and kind of like what exactly the coding and all that kind of goes into play and exactly how much, you know, how much attack will be taken away from specific amounts of defense. So, let's go ahead and lay waste to Clyde with fucking Carbonio in the back over there. Again, I've seen this scene 3 times now, so it's kind of getting kind of a little bit old, but you know, I'll get back into it once I get done with this shit. Assault and battery. Clobber your foe with a baseball bat on perfect success. Deal additional attacks. Now, this one's pretty hard to get down, but damn is it funny when you actually do it. See, because at first, we hit the ball and then we break the fucking bat over his ass. That is fucking hilarious, though. Okay, yeah. Wait, that smile of the stupid face. Alright, now let's go ahead and fucking... Oh, shit, he's going in strong now. But yeah, like, just be really, really kind of weary about characters' attacks. Now, the cool thing is you can combo from X into square, but you can't do square into X. So keep that in mind.
Dude, that was awesome! You were all like, beam, and Clyde was all like, nah. Okay, you prove yourself worthy, douchebag. Now come inside the war tent and I shall let you see the relic.
You know, I'm still kind of surprised, like, how South Park has actually come this far. Like, South Park used to just be very basic and just kind of silly. Basically, South Park, you know, like the first-person shooter game from the 64, and then there was South Park, Rally, and Chef's Love Shack. And those games are fun in their own right, don't get me wrong. I love those games just as much as like this one. But, you know, you could definitely tell that those were kind of older, with their older humor. Now it's just like more satirical, extremely satirical.
Well, here it is. The reason why humans and elves are locked in a never-ending war. The relic for which human and elf are willing to die. The Stick of Truth. Just 2 days ago, we took the stick back from the elves. Our kingdom was dying, but now it thrives. For whoever controls the stick controls the universe. Don't gaze at it too long, for its power is too much for mere mortals to look at. Now that you have seen the Stick of Truth, let's discuss your dues. Being a member of my kingdom costs $9.95 for the first week, $4 of which is tax deductible.
Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!
Someone has sounded the alarm!
Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!
What is it?
The elves are attacking!
Oh my god! Defensive positions!
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look around in this room real quick. What the boys have exactly kind of destroyed. This is pretty much their... They're kind of like... I think it's their shed. Or something like that. And they fucking... Look at all that shit. They got a fucking... Look at that! They took a blow-up doll and made it a fucking... Goddamn work. It's funny because, like, they're kids still. They have no idea what they're doing.
Gate! Don't let them through! Give us the stick, humans! Fuck you, Drow Elf! Come and get it! Clyde, guard the Stick of Truth while we defend the fortress! Aye, aye! Aye, aye! We're not playing pirates, Clyde! Douchebag, this is your chance to prove yourself. Hold off the asshole elves at all costs!
Yeah, like I said, it's still funny because, like, they are practically LARPing. And they eventually, they will get even harder with, like, their weapons. Because, like, you can see there's a stop sign that's basically an axe. Like, this shit gets crazy later. So, I'm going to end off this episode here, and I will see you guys in the next episode once we continue on and we take down these stupid elves because... What the fuck? Well, anyway, like, I'll continue on from there. Hopefully this video worked, and I will see you all next time. So, as always, take care, everybody.